So you're thinking of moving to Bothell
or Kirkland.
Well, stick around because in this video, we're going to compare and contrast what it's like to live in Bothell versus Kirkland. We're going to touch on a couple different things, schools, price points, locations, just so you can kind of get a feel for the difference between the two cities.
Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know all there is to know about living in King County, Washington, or places like Kirkland or Bothell, like we're talking about today, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to be notified of a new video of Kirkland, Bothell, or one of our other favorite cities here in King County. I'm Brad Decatur. This is Derek Decatur. We're the Decatur home team, and we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day who are looking to make their move to King County. So whether you're 1 day or 1 year away, we'd love to help you make a smooth move. All the contact info is below, so feel free to reach out, call, text, DM, or a Zoom call whenever you're ready to meet. Kirkland versus Bothell.
Bothell. Head to head. These ones are tough because these are very similar. Obviously, they're similar location, like the most ones we've been doing location-wise. But I mean, they're very comparable.
Yeah.
A lot of areas. Maybe with one drastic change, which we'll probably get to. But location-wise, let's just start there. What do you think on location-wise between the two?
I mean, they're in the same realm. They're touching each other.
Sure.
One's more north. So I would say Kirkland has a better location because it's closer to everything else. As far as everything else being like Bellevue, Seattle, the mountains. So
unless you're going to Canada.
Unless you're going north, which you could be. But yeah,
Sure.
Kirkland. And then also, waterfront. Kirkland's going to be better. Bothell's not on the water at all. So.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, Kirkland's I think going to win out on the location wise.
Yep.
In terms of like getting in and out of your city, they're pretty comparable. You're both right there on the freeway. It's just you're gonna have to go through Kirkland to get into town.
Pretty easy.
From Bothell. So okay, cool. I like it. What do you want to touch on next?
Well, I think the main difference is prices. So we can do that.
Sure. That's what I was hinting at. I mean, that is the main difference. I would say is the pricing. So yeah, let's do it. Hit the prices. Hit them with the prices, Brad.
Okay. Well, Kirkland's going to be more expensive than Bothell in general. Bothell is pretty big. It goes really far up north, so there's kind of two sections of Bothell in my opinion. But when you look at just the statistics of it, Kirkland's going to be significantly more expensive. I think it was all condos and single families was the average price point of Bothell was about $800,000, and then about $950 for like just single family, so an actual house. So around $1 million for regular, 4-bedroom house on average. Kirkland, on the other hand, was about 1.25 for
just residential.
Average, just house-wise. And then I think when you added condos in, because there's a lot of lower-priced condos still in Kirkland, more condos.
Definitely more, too. Yeah, more condos.
800, 850.
That was 9.
900 something. So, in general, Kirkland's got more expensive properties. And they had the more ultra-luxury in Kirkland, too. So, like, east of Market and west of Market, downtown there, very expensive homes, multi-millions.
Yes.
Waterfront.
Yes.
So that
and that's going to drive things up a little bit for sure. And like you said, I think you're seeing that difference in price points because of those that small change in location, aka you are closer to the water. Kirkland's got a little bit more of a downtown versus Bothell.
Yeah, definitely.
Bothell's got its quote unquote downtown, and it's being developed, and there's more going in there. It's actually what they've done in Bothell is really cool.
Yeah.
It's just not the same size, and it's younger than what is in Kirkland right now. So I think that's what kind of drives up some of those price points in Kirkland for sure.
Well, let's hit that one. Why don't you do that? So things to do, entertainment, both nature and downtowny type stuff.
Yeah.
Or, entertainment. What do you think?
Sure. Well, I mean, in Kirkland, I think we in some of our other videos we've touched on it. Downtown Kirkland is pretty cool because it's all kind of walking distance down there.
Very cool.
You can go do some things on the water. You can go check out some of the boats and some of the larger, I don't want to call them yachts, but the larger boats.
Those are yachts.
Yeah. You can also just walk downtown and you can hit some of the restaurants up. They've got some really good restaurants. They've got some little mom and pop stores. They've got some luxury stores in there as well. Lots in walking distance in downtown Kirkland, whereas in Bothell, not as much to choose from.
Yeah, there's commercial shopping centers, so multiple, because Bothell is huge. There's tons of those little ones, your QC, your Safeway, your bank, like those shopping centers, those strip mall type things. There's tons of those. So they're both going to have your shopping. But yeah, entertainment-wise, I think Kirkland would win out. Bothell doesn't have as much stuff going on. And then Kirkland, we said the downtown's super cool, which it is, but there's also Juanita Park, which is also Kirkland, technically. So there's basically two different types of waterfronts that you can go to. Bothell's got none of those, or lakes that I can think of. Yeah. So yeah, I think pretty easy win.
I got the river in Bothell.
Yeah. So Kirkland is probably going to win in that kind of stuff. All right, so another thing is the school districts. What do we think about that?
Sure. Yeah, both very good school districts. Like most in King County, you've got up until Juanita, basically, you've got the Lake Washington School District for Kirkland. So most of Kirkland is all Lake Washington. It does move up. Once you get north of Juanita, you move into the North Shore School District. The North Shore is, I believe, like 5 or like 6-ish. Yeah, ranking,
yeah,
and Lake Washington's kind of your 3-4 depending on the year and the publication.
Right.
So they're both very good school districts. If you're going to go based off of the numbers, then Kirkland is going to win out there a little bit, at least south of Juanita.
Yep, I think Kirkland would be better as far as the stats go, but just like most of these comparison videos of places that are kind of touching,
it depends.
And also the whole like suburb Eastside markets that we do. They're all great schools, so yeah, between ranked 2nd and 4th and 7th or something, like, or 10th, they're all like top 10 basically in King County. So they're both good, but Kirkland would win in that case, I suppose.
Agreed.
Also, one thing to mention just while we're talking borders and school districts is that Bothell actually, because this is Living King County, our channel here, Bothell does get split by the border of King County. So this is the northernmost place that we'll go for these videos. Then it moves to Snohomish County. So is a border change in there, but anyway.
Location, kind of things to do, attraction stuff we kind of touched on. School districts, price points, more or less covers it.
Yeah, industries. I mean, so both aren't going to be like your Bellevue, Seattle with like big jobs. Kirkland, I mean, well, Kirkland has T-Mobile or something, right?
Yeah, they've got some Google stuff out in Kirkland too.
And I think Bothell probably has some companies out there, but not like the huge name ones. Yeah. So I would say both are like you're probably going to Bellevue or Seattle for work.
I think so. If you took like the average resident, yes, I would agree.
How about just we didn't talk about this up and coming. Like, what do you think that the house that's in 5 years, same exact house in each location, which one's going up in value more compared to what it is now?
Ooh. I think Bothell's growing faster.
Bothell's been going
Bothell's
nuts
growing
on new
faster. So I think it's going to be... The prices are definitely going to be increasing in Bothell. There's no doubt about it. Now, do they outpace the increase in Kirkland? I don't know, because even in the pockets of Kirkland have been old, a lot of those places are getting teardowns or just massive remodels that are coming back at 1.5.
Right.
And you can't change the location, right? So I think you're still always going to win out on price in Kirkland. But I think if we look at the pace of increase, Bothell's going to outpace, from a percentage standpoint, the increase in value. If that makes sense. I think I said that correctly.
Tough
what do you think?
Kirkland would for their luxury, I think, because luxury is there's scarcity to waterfront, for example. So whenever there's scarcity, I think that it has a better return. There's not going to be any more of those, so the multi-millions on the water. But I do think that Bothell might do better in some of their regular old neighborhood, like the regular standard neighborhoods. There's lots more new construction, and there's so much new construction that's like most of the houses that I see with clients in that area are new construction, and they tend to do really well for resale. If you bought it 5 years ago, it's still in good shape. It still looks new. It's not getting new construction pricing, but it's getting close. And the community has changed a lot, so I think. I don't know which one. Depends on what house, I would say. But they're both going to do great.
Yeah, no, they're both going to do awesome. They're both cool areas, Well, I think we finished a couple videos by just asking you which I think you asked me, but I'll ask you this time. If you were moving from state X, Y, or Z... And you're moving into this area and your job says, hey, you should kind of be in this northern area of King County. What are you choosing?
I think the main deciding factor that would kind of make my decision is going to be the price. That's probably it because they're both great schools. They're both, I would say good communities. So if I can afford $1.5, $2 million for the right house in Kirkland, then cannot go wrong. I think Kirkland probably is the winner in my opinion. Just like if budget wasn't an issue,
Sure.
where would I rather live? I'd probably go for downtown Kirkland. That place is awesome.
Yeah.
However, me personally, right now, I'd probably actually would be in Bothell just based on just the price point, and also it feels more the neighborhoods that I go through, especially the newer ones, the last 10 years. They're sidewalks, cul-de-sacs. It seems more neighborhood-like, so I think it's more
I
family,
agree.
like neighborhood
Yep.
feel in Bothell in most of the places. So
Yep.
it would depend on what is important to the person. If they like the city time, I would say people that are mostly like us might choose Bothell. Although there's no denying Kirkland's really cool.
Very.
More expensive though.
I'm with you there. Yeah. I think price is obviously going to be a major factor, but also, lifestyle, right?
Yep.
Kids, no kids, stable job, moving up, trying to get to where you want to go.
Yep.
Do you like the walkability of Kirkland, or do you like to sit at home with your family in a cul-de-sac and drive to work?
Right. Yep. Cool. Well, this is your first time. Thanks for watching. Our channel is here to make you learn more about the different areas, help you kind of figure out what's right for you. So if this is your first time, check out the playlist. If you're interested in Bothell and Kirkland, you're probably also interested in Redmond, Sammamish, Issaquah, all the kind of local areas there. So they're identified on the channel in the playlist, so you can kind of read through them or watch through them and see what's the best fit for you. And as always, once you're ready, outside of research mode, and you're ready to chat with us, we're happy to help. Info is below. We hope to talk to you soon.